Hey friends, so today I want to talk to you about the illusion of generosity, and this is a bit of a difficult lesson to explain in a video, but I'm going to do my best. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll definitely make sure to answer them. So what I'm referring to as the illusion of generosity is the present day idea of what generosity is, which is sort of like this idea of giving and giving and giving, but not just being giving, but giving that which you do not have. So generosity in present day is often mixed with ideas of self-sacrifice. The idea of giving the shirt off your back or giving more than you have to give. That is a lot of what we see as generous. And when I'm working with clients, or even just talking with friends and family, we'll often refer to someone as generous, or we'll say someone is generous, or we consider ourselves to be generous. And when you look at the examples of what that generosity involves, it often involves doing things that were not necessarily in your best interest or in that person's best interest. In fact, a lot of the time that generosity, so to speak, is more about self-sacrifice. And so the question we really need to ask ourselves then is that really generous? I say it's not. I say when we are doing things like giving the shirt off of our back or giving way more than we have to give, it's more about self-sacrifice, and the motivation behind self-sacrifice or giving way above what is healthy for yourself, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, is more so the desire to please others, or perhaps the sense of duty or obligation to be there for others or show up in a particular way for others, or it's about wanting to gain some kind of love, adoration, affection. It's about wanting to be viewed in a particular light or received in a particular light. Or it can also be about having an identity that is based off of needing to rescue and take care of and be that quote unquote person for everyone, And I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with any of these things. I am simply wanting us to really understand that from a self-love perspective, that's not generosity. So if that's not generosity, then what is generosity? Generosity, my friends, from a self-love perspective, from a spiritual perspective, is more along the lines of donation. Donation sounds like this word that is like so blah, but donation is really beautiful because donation is really about giving what you have to give. It's like, I have this and I would like to share it, or I no longer need this and I would like to give it to someone else who can need it. It's about like, oh, I've got extras, I've got more, I've got abundance, and I'm going to give some away, I'm going to share it. And that is giving from a place of wholeness, giving from a place of fullness. And also, it is about not feeling as if something must be given back to you in return. It is really and purely about giving freely without needing another to take care of you or to do something for you, or all of the stuff that is often loaded inside of the old paradigm of generosity. And this is why a lot of people think, oh, I'm such a generous person, I'm such a good person, I'm so this and that for other people, but other people, they don't respect me, or they're not as generous with me, or people are selfish with me, or they don't give back, or they're not as kind to me. Understand that energy doesn't lie. I say this all the time, energy does not lie. And when you are giving from the old paradigm of generosity, thinking it's true generosity, when it's actually the motivation of filling yourself up in some way. Yes, it may benefit some others, but it's really deep down coming from not feeling enough yourself, not being enough yourself, or being tied to old rituals and obligations and ideas of what it means to be a good friend, be a good sister, be a good person, be a good wife, be a good husband, parent, all of that. You can understand why the energy doesn't return itself, right? Because there's something about it that is corrupt. There's something about it that is off. When we are truly in a space of generosity and giving from a place of wholeness, fullness, and abundance, and the giving is not connected to some self-serving, unfulfilled place within ourselves, you'll see how things just start to flow your way. Money, opportunities, other people in your life just being more generous with you. Because you're not like waiting for other people to see you a particular way, or waiting to be validated and praised for being a good this or a good that, a good person, good wife, good friend, good mother, because of the things that you've done. You hear it all the time when people are like, look at what I've done for you, look at I did all this for you, I gave this, I gave that, I gave that. But why did you give it? Really, real talk, why did you give it? Should you have given it? And if you know you should not have, why did you do it? Look at the motivation. See, when it comes to generosity, we always got to look at what was the motivation behind the giving. Because a lot of the times, my friends, it isn't all it seems. So just know that for yourself as you think about your own generosity, what it's really about, why you give, when you give, how you give. When others give to you, notice when they are truly giving from a place of fullness, donation, or when it's really about self-sacrifice, trying to gain your love, affection, praise, trying to be a certain role in your life, or trying to just like do it for you. Notice when other people are going through things in life where they feel like, they're being screwed over, the universe is not being kind or generous with them, and things are being taken away from them, and they're having hardships. Really look at the energy exchange and see where generosity lies. Is it really generosity, or is it self-sacrifice? Because if it's all about self-sacrifice, guess what? The universe is going to say, you like to sacrifice? You're not enough? Okay. Since you love to sacrifice and give the shirt off your back constantly, that's what you do to gain love, affection, attention, favor. That's how you build relationship. Well, honey, I'm going to keep giving you the thing that you use. So it's really it's a really tricky thing, and I hope that this is making sense. It's a tough lesson to sort of bring at a broad spectrum to a large group of people in a video. So if you have questions, definitely ask me. And if it's making sense to you, please let me know, so I know I'm not just out here talking and not making sense or talking gibberish. And I hope this really serves someone today. And as always, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you all in the next one.